Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich Ataxia. Today we will talk Keep Shining by Kendall Harvey. Lately, I've been really struggling. I'm burnt out from fighting my body every second of every day. I've reached the end of myself. I pour my all into overcoming life with motherhood with marriage with friendship with and my all wasn't enough. Overwhelmed and consumed me. My grit wasn't able to bring my ideas for my life to reality. So once again, I surrendered to God. My plans. My hopes and dreams. My words. My actions. My body. My love. My everything. Whenever I do that, when I stand in God's power and not my own, I've noticed that people use the word inspiring. I am so humbled when that word is applied to my life and I finally understand why. They aren't inspired by me, they're inspired by God who is shining through me. That is the power of my God. He takes this broken shell, redeems it, and shines His love, grace, goodness, hope, strength, and humor. To those who have reached the end of themselves, the end of your strength, ability, knowledge, power, resources, grit, and optimism, I say there is hope. Keep shining, my friends. Keep loving. Keep smiling. Keep showing up. Keep fighting. God is good. He is with us and He is for us. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich Ataxia. Today we will talk Mobility Envy by Kendall Harvey. Lately, I've been wrestling with what I call mobility envy. With the progression of my symptoms and added fatigue from the Texas heat, my FA has me on the struggle bus. Walking is becoming more and more challenging. It looks and feels more clumsy, and I have become much slower. It's incredibly frustrating in such a way that I don't quite know how to explain it. I just keep saying, I'm just sick of being me, of being stuck in this slow, disabled FA body, it's too hard, to my loved ones. Walking hasn't been easy for me for about 4 years. But these last few weeks, I've noticed that nothing physical is easy. Literally everything requires a lot of concentration and effort. After Brooks's baseball games this weekend, I was particularly frustrated. I watched moms that I love and admire do all of the things I wish I could do. Help the team by being bench moms, load and unload baseball gear, carry their babies, play catch with their boys, and more. Meanwhile, my parents, my friends, and even Collins helped me get set up to simply sit. While I am appreciative and grateful for the kind help, I was boiling inside. I wanted to scream, I don't want to need this. But, I do. I desperately need help. When we got home from the game, I was just internally fed up. I channeled that frustration into a foolhardy decision to take the 5 steps from the truck to the front door rather than wait for Kyle to help me. When I made it, Collins clapped and said, "Way to take some steps without a person or your walker, Mommy." It broke my heart that my sweet girl, my biggest cheerleader, has had so little to admire about me lately that she celebrated 5 horribly wobbly and dangerously staccato steps. I smiled and said, "Thank you, sweetie," as I reached for my walker that I leave in the house. I am so thankful for the little dose of perspective my precious girl gave me. I know that, as I continue to progress, I will long for the ability to walk, assisted and unassisted, even more than I do now. And I am incredibly lucky to have the help, encouragement, assistance, and abilities that I do have. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich Ataxia. Today we will talk What My Recumbent Trike Means to Me by Kendall Harvey. As a Friedreich's ataxia, FA, patient, my options for exercise are limited. I can't go to kickboxing or step classes with my friends, and I can't go for a run or a hike. While many popular types of exercise, such as dancing, high-intensity interval training, and the bar workout, are technically a possibility, the modifications I would have to make to safely do them feel like more trouble than they're worth in terms of emotional investment and getting in a productive workout. Because heart disease is common among those with FA, cardio exercise is of paramount importance to me. Running and using the Stairmaster were my preferred forms of cardio workout before my diagnosis, but with the progression of my symptoms, they no longer are a safe option. As my exercise options became more limited, I had to rethink my approach. Recently, I have fallen back in love with my recumbent trike, or Tina as I've named it. After my diagnosis, I dove deeply into researching the FA community. I saw that one of the main fundraisers for the Friedreich's Ataxia Research Alliance is a nationwide event called Ride Ataxia. At the time, I thought it odd that most of the community couldn't participate in the main event, because many of us don't have the balance required to ride a bicycle, much less competitively. Then I found out about Kyle Bryant, a fellow FA patient and the founder and event director of Ride Ataxia. Bryant started this national fundraiser when he and his father began a 2,500-mile cycling journey from San Diego to the National Ataxia Foundation's annual membership meeting in Memphis, Tennessee, in 2007. Bryant did this on his recumbent trike. I decided I would adopt his attitude and throw everything I had into fundraising. I found a K-Trike recumbent trike on Craigslist and started training for Ride Ataxia 2014. I loved riding my trike. I loved pushing my body and feeling productive. I loved knowing that I was doing something to invest in my health. I loved feeling the burn in my legs, knowing that the strength I was gaining would keep me walking longer. And most of all, I loved that I was safely moving by my own power. I didn't need assistance. I could push myself and accomplish a great workout, just like anyone else. Then I had kids and life got busy. I no longer had the time or the energy to ride. Every April, I pulled my trike out of the garage, dusted off the cobwebs, and aired up the tires for Ride Ataxia, then put it back in the garage for 12 more months. Other than that, my cardio exercise was keeping up with my kids, swimming an occasional lap, or rowing for 5 minutes at physical therapy once a week. My symptoms have been catching up to me and lately, and my slow speed is getting slower, which is frustrating and ridiculously heartbreaking. I was fed up, and I decided I wasn't going to sit back and be a victim to my FA progression without a fight. I wanted to push myself and go fast. So, 3 weeks ago, I started riding my trike for 6.5 miles every day. I live in a hilly part of Austin, Texas, so it is a challenging workout. I am working on shaving off a minute of my time every 8 rides. It is exhilarating, invigorating, and challenging, and it is so worth it. It feels good to strengthen my legs and exercise my heart. I look forward to making this new exercise routine a lifelong habit. All of this is to say that if I can do it, you can, too. Find the right motivation and the exercise that works for you. It's never too early or too late to invest in your health. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich Ataxia. Today we will talk A Letter to My Newly Diagnosed Self by Kendall Harvey. Dear 2013 Kendall, your world was just rocked and turned upside down. I know you feel like your future is an impossibility now that Friedreich's ataxia, FA, has clouded your blue skies. I am here to tell you that yes, that future is gone. But it doesn't mean you have no future. Your future will change for better and worse. And it is a wonderfully wild ride that you will learn to love. As someone who is 8 years into the FA journey, I can offer some advice. Keep your friends close. Those in your village want to help you, and you will need them. Your friends might not fully understand what it means to have FA because they aren't physically experiencing it themselves. But they will want to hear everything you are willing to share so that they can advise, sympathize, encourage, assist, and support you. They will want to help you carry the burden of FA and lighten your load. Be upfront and honest about your journey and open to what your loved ones have to say, even when you are bitter or heartbroken. Especially then. Stay vulnerable, real, and honest. You will be closer to your friends than you ever dreamed possible. This is one of the best parts of your life as an FA patient. Know your enemy. Learn everything you can about FA from doctors and the community of fellow FA patients so you can approach your lifelong battle against FA proactively. Friedreich's ataxia is a cruelly progressive enemy that will creep into areas of your life you never expected. Partner with your doctors and members of the community for help. Go to physical therapy to help strengthen your body. Take your vitamins and medication. Invest in devices that will prolong your independence and keep you safe. Maintain a healthy diet and get enough sleep when you can so that you are doing everything within your power to enable your body to fight against the disease. Accept help humbly, graciously, and without beating yourself up for needing it. FA is not your fault. Accepting help is not admitting defeat, it's the opposite. It's your way of bravely continuing your life despite the challenges FA has put on your path. You can depend on a countless number of genius devices, including a walker, which will be an emotional process and a hard adjustment. But you are stronger than you think. You will have to constantly redefine independence based on the progression of your symptoms, but you can do it, and it is worth it. Keep accepting help to fight for the life you want. Your life isn't over. You can still strive for joyful things. You are worthy and deserving of all of the wonderful things this world has to offer. FA will change logistics and timelines, but it doesn't mean you have to give up on your dreams. You can still go on adventures, try new things, see new places, have babies, rescue animals, work, make new friends, and chase new dreams. There is so much joy in your future. FA changes the how, but not the who, what, or where. FA doesn't make all of the happy things in your life any less real or any less worthy of celebrating. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Because you know Psalm 139, as time goes by and your symptoms progress, you will become intimately aware of the fearfully made parts of you. It is easy to celebrate the wonderfully made parts, but if you vulnerably share the fearfully made ones, those affected by FA, God will use it to shine goodness, grace, patience, love, and joy to those around you. Your weakness will become your strength. When you wake up every morning, make the difficult decision to embrace your reality for better or worse, including that which is fearful and wonderful, easy and hard, good and bad. You are exactly who God made you to be. If you keep trusting that and embracing your future, you will live a beautiful life. In the years to come, you will laugh and cry harder, and love more deeply than you ever thought possible. Keep fighting. Your future is amazing. You are strong. You are worthy. You are capable. You can do it. Sincerely. 2021 Kendall. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich Ataxia. Today we will talk. My idea of normal is skewed by FA. By Kendall Harvey. The other day, I experienced a strange moment. As usual, at the end of my son's baseball game, I had to just sit there waiting for help while everyone around me was busy packing up snacks, folding chairs, and gathering all of the equipment required for Little League spectators. My husband is the head coach of my son's team, so he helps the 12 boys, ages 6 to 8, pack up their helmets, hats, water bottles, gloves, bats, and other paraphernalia in the dugout, leaving my daughter and me to manage ourselves. The area around the field that we regularly play on is quite hilly and uneven, so it is unsafe for me to maneuver independently due to my Friedreich's ataxia, FA, progression. I am normally forced to sit patiently while waiting for someone to help me up, make sure my walker is on steady and even ground, and fold up my chair. On that day, the game went into extra innings, and I was eager to get home to feed and bathe my kids so that we could get to bed at a reasonable hour. I suddenly became so frustrated by my disability and the fact that it renders me unable to do the simple tasks that everyone around me can do. Usually, I can rein in my frustrations and keep a positive headspace, but I just couldn't that night. I desperately wanted to pop up and pack up, and I had almost convinced myself I could until I realized that my body had truly forgotten how. I had become so used to receiving help that I had no muscle memory of how to do the tasks independently. My body had completely forgotten how to function and, in a way, be normal. This wasn't the first time this had happened to me. One day at physical therapy, I was telling my therapist that my kids had been playing hopscotch on the sidewalk that weekend, and I realized I couldn't remember the last time I'd jumped. As a former tumbling cheerleader and high school track and field athlete who'd competed in the long jump, triple jump, and high jump events, this was a shocking and sad realization. So, my physical therapist thought of a safe way for me to try jumping again. She had me lie on the total gym, which has a large landing area for your feet. She had the safety brake engaged so that if I missed, my momentum would stop before I could slam down and injure myself. I lay there for a few moments, and she asked if I was okay. I replied, I am just trying to remember what to tell my legs. My body doesn't remember how to jump, so I don't know what to do. I started by doing squats. My therapist then encouraged me to push through my legs harder and faster, and work my way up to a jump. It certainly wasn't pretty, but I eventually jumped, meaning that my feet were simultaneously an inch or two off the landing area for a fraction of a second. But I was so proud of myself. I technically jumped. A common saying is use it or lose it. I never realized how applicable that would be to my life, and how frustrating those losses would be. The adaptations I've made for safety due to my degenerative FA symptoms have made my body lose it. I've lost my muscle memory I used to retain by leading an independent and active life. My body has forgotten how to be normal. But what I often find myself repeating when I become frustrated with my fading independence and abilities is that my normal will look different than other people's normals because I am made differently. And that's okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to fail. It's okay to try. And it's certainly okay for other people not to experience the struggles that I experience as an FA patient. My body may have forgotten what it's like to be normal, but the accompanying feelings of frustration, longing, and struggle are completely normal. Everyone, disabled or not, wrestles with those feelings. It is all part of the human experience. I just have extra opportunities to learn how to process and channel those feelings. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description. Hello everybody, welcome to Voices of Friedreich Ataxia. Our goal is to raise awareness and funds to cure Friedreich Ataxia. Today we will talk. The FA obstacle has become the way. By Kendall Harvey. Since Friedreich's ataxia, FA, entered my life in 2013, I have spent a lot of time blaming it for getting in the way of the life I had planned. I would no longer be able to be the fun mom who did cannonball contests with her kids, or the enviably effortless wife who two-stepped with her husband on date nights, or the cool mom who helped coach third base in t-ball. FA and its cruel, degenerative, progressive symptoms got in my way and changed the course of my life. I was recently introduced to The Obstacle is the Way, The Timeless Art of Turning Trials into Triumph by Ryan Holiday. In this bestseller, Holiday examines Stoic philosophies, particularly that of Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. The book includes the following quote from Aurelius: "Our actions may be impeded, but there can be no impeding our intentions or dispositions. Because we can accommodate and adapt. The mind adapts and converts to its own purposes the obstacle to our acting." The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. FA isn't allowing me to be the person I had planned to be. It is an ever-changing, ever-growing beast of an obstacle that is always in my way. For a while, I acted like FA was an insurmountable obstacle. But once I decided that life with FA was still worth enjoying, I began to accommodate and adapt. I found new ways forward, and took my FA obstacle into account. Although my original ideas for my future were impeded, maneuvering this obstacle has shaped me into a person I had never considered becoming before. FA, seeing my body fail bit by bit, day by day, is both devastatingly terrifying and urgently motivating. It causes me to seize opportunities with more passion, and prepare for obstacles more wisely. FA stands in my way, but I am making it become the way. I am turning this obstacle into an opportunity. My condition caused me to mature and appreciate my life past, present, and future in ways I had never anticipated. The very thing that I thought would hold me back and ruin my life has helped transform me into the person I am meant to be. I am so appreciative of my life before FA. I am thankful I was able to lead a relatively carefree childhood in which I played sports and dreamed of a future with limitless possibilities. I am incredibly grateful that I got to fall in love and plan a future with the love of my life while studying subjects that fascinated and inspired me in college. I am blessed that I got to marry and start my young adult life when my future was uncomplicated. Sure, none of that was perfect, but it wasn't complicated by FA. Because disease onset usually happens during childhood, many of my fellow FA patients weren't so lucky, which makes me appreciate my past even more. Now that I am in the phase of life I once desperately dreaded, dependent on mobility aids, I see that the biggest obstacle was my mental perception of that milestone. I have adapted to my limitations. I have made accommodations for my obstacle, and I have a life that is full of more joy and fulfillment than the scariness I had once imagined. The present isn't as bad as past me had anticipated. That gives me hope and encouragement as I look to the future. I will continue trying to make FA, the thing that stands in my way, become the way. I will use FA to spread light. Kendall Harvey is also an FA patient, and this information was taken from Team Kendall with their permission. The link is provided in description.